to Too Many Hats podcast with your hosts with the most, Tony and Lavelle. Every morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We also have Queen Watkins with Clock Dead P. Tune in with us and have a great time. Let's talk about it right here. Too Many Hats podcast.
Top of the morning to you, my good people. Happy Friday. It is Freestyle Friday, man. It's your host with the most, Tony Mays, man, Lavelle Salter. Man, it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood, man. The sun is now shining. I'm talking about the SUN and the SON. They're both shining this morning. And look, man, it is a beautiful day, man. It's Freestyle Friday, bro. This is the Friday. This is the day that we talk about anything that you guys want to talk about. We do know that there are so many different things going on in the world. There are so many things that we could talk about, but we want to give you guys an opportunity to throw out topics or things that you guys might want to talk about, just so we could, just kind of keep the playing field even. Because a lot of times, Lavelle and I talk about things that we feel maybe are relevant, maybe just at this time or situation, or something that may just have been brought to light for us, and we talk about it. But we're not always on every platform and see everything, so we miss a lot of stuff. So it's pertinent that you guys share topics and things that you guys want to talk about that we can help bring and add some light to as well. So we just want to make sure that we're able to do that. And so anything you guys want to talk about today is what we're gonna talk about. That's what it is. It's Freestyle Friday, baby, and we're gonna talk about it. So um I know, some of you guys fellas have been really ruffled, and I must admit that I feel some kind of way to y'all. Hold on one sec. Yeah, so it's a lot of stuff, and I know your fellas have been kind of ruffled. I'm all right. Um, so yeah. Anyway, um, your feathers have been kind of ruffled a little bit. I'm trying to get my tire plugged. And with the verdict that went down the other day, and um, look, man, as Lavelle and I stated the other day, we have to understand that most of the time, 99.9% of the time, the media controls the narrative. Um, and it is. I don't know what just happened, why it changed to that, but the media controls the narrative, and I'm not sure why. Um, those well, I do understand why, because you had 12 jurors that were from East Tennessee, um, that were, if I'm not mistaken, it was an all white jury. Um, so let me get y'all to understand. East Tennessee is red country, if y'all know what that means. And so a lot of those people are pro cops doing whatever, getting away with stuff, especially as it relates to black and brown people. Let me just make that clear. They ain't cool when it happened to them, man. But as it relates to black and brown people, we for whatever the cops do to them. So when you grab a whole bunch of, and let me make that clear. Like I said, social media and media and the news outlets and stuff, they kind of control the narrative a lot of times, and they couldn't necessarily control that narrative because that was in the hand of those 12 jurors, and those 12 jurors found those officers from a state level guilty. I mean, not guilty. And so, yeah, I felt some kind of way about it too. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at the whole dynamic of it, Lavelle,
Mm-hmm.
all white juror, East Tennessee, red country, don't care what the hell happened to black and brown people for the most part. So what you expect?
Mm-hmm.
And I get the idea of um what they were trying to do, but I think it went the wrong way because I think they felt if we got this all white juror, that the injustices that happened to Tyrese Nickel would be rectified on that day, and I think it backfired.
Mm. Yeah.
I think it backfired, and so when it backfired, what do you do when it backfired?
I know you
You
can
know,
do.
no, you can do. It,
Mm-hmm.
it, it just it backfired on you, and so um, we have to stop allowing. Again, I know like the 12 jurors kind of control that. The media didn't have to control that narrative. Pretty much they didn't have to. But for the
Mm-hmm.
most part, a lot of stuff that's going on now is controlled. The narrative is controlled by because if you even think about, I was looking at the fourth installment from TMZ on the Diddy trial, the Diddy case, because the trial hadn't started yet on the Diddy case,
Mm-hmm.
and on the four, and I think I watched all four of them. I believe I watched all four of them. Uh, I believe I watched all four of them, but in this particular one, it was weird because he actually they actually what they did was to see how a jury would react, or how a jury would find P Diddy. They actually put together a mock jury, which I thought was interesting. Good morning, Alfreda. Good morning, Pops. They put together a mock jury, and the jury consisted of hold on one second, yeah, hold on.
Good morning, everybody. I hadn't spoke to.
All right. This jury that they put together, this mock jury that TMZ put together, it had a variety of people on it, right? They
Mm-hmm.
had black women, black, um, black, LBGTQ. They had white women. They had black men. They had white men. So they had a combination of people, right? These 12 jurors, and they stuck these 12 jurors in, stuck them in a room, and they gave them the indictment, the what was it, a 40-page indictment. They gave them all of the copy of the indictment. They said it, and they told them what charges they could find him on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they went through there. They sit down, and they had flashes of them talking about the actual case, going back and forth, talking to attorneys and different stuff. They would go back to the room, and the jurors would be like, well, what about this? And so this black dude that had dreads, he said, well, look, man, if you talking about if he guilty, Hell, we can go to LA and we can throw a rock and we can hit 500 white men that's doing the same thing that he didn't do.
Wow.
And he said, so yeah, so it was interesting the stuff that they were saying. So the show went on and they kept showing different things, talking to different attorneys, talking to the defense, talking to prosecutors about different things and how. But so they're saying that the Cassie video is like he's not even being charged for anything related to that video, but the video keeps surfacing and playing out through the jurors' head because they saw the video. They like, if he's capable of that, and that was the whole thing. It's like some of the jurors, especially the women, was like, if he's capable of doing that, he's capable of anything.
Yeah.
But why should you eat? Why should that video even be? If he's not being charged for anything related to that video, why does that video keep coming keep coming up? Because the media has controlled the narrative as it relates to that. They want them jurors to be impacted by what he did to Cassie in that video.
Yeah.
They want that whole thing. So in the end, when they finally got to the jurors at the end of the show, and they end up talking to those jurors, they had the person that was representing the jury. She stood up and she said, in the case of Sean Diddy Combs versus whatever, the people versus Sean Diddy Combs, whatever it was, she said, we found him on the charge of whatever it was. It was 3 charges that they had. And she said that it was six people voted on his first charge. 6 people voted guilty. 6 people voted not guilty. And I think it was the most serious charge, right?
Right.
And it was the most serious charge out of all of them. And I said, that's a hung jury.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have unanimous for it to be guilty of. So they basically gonna throw that charge out. Basically, if they was giving that was gonna be thrown out. The second charge, 10 voted guilty and 2 voted not guilty. Again. So on the lesser charge of him paying or transporting people, sex workers across state lines or whatever, that's the one they all found him guilty of. It was really interesting, bro. And I was like, well, hell, with that charge, they could possibly say, oh, we're gonna give you three years in jail and good behavior, you do 18 months or a year, you get out, or just fine. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Based on that mock jury.
Right.
And the women, a lot of the women said, because he asked them questions out, how many of you kind of said he was guilty based on that Cassie video? Shit, a lot of people raised their hand. Mm-hmm. Because that Cassie video impacted a lot of people, how they felt about him and how he would do women. And they had guys on there that had daughters, wives, nieces. So all of that impacted their decision and how they voted, really. So I said all that to say, man, that sometimes the media will paint the narrative and it's not favorable for anybody. And we just run with it, bro. Like, we don't do the research ourselves. We just run with whatever the narrative that the media portrays or whatever, We don't wait to the court, the trial, to see what all come out, to see what facts come out. We don't wait for none of that. We just automatically go with whatever narrative is being painted at that time. And that's why, I'm cautious of people that's throwing stuff out on social media that you ain't vetted, and you just throw it out there, then come out, I took that down because I found out that wasn't true. You should have did that before you posted.
You know how I feel about that when it comes to stuff like that. Half the time it's half truth. Everybody want to share it first and all that.
Yeah.
No.
And Shaq says Shaquille O'Neal was doing an interview, and they was talking to him about, do women cheat? He was like, yeah, and they was out, and then he said, they asked him something. He said, I don't want to answer that. He said, because depending on my answer and the way y'all chop and screw this video, it's gonna make it look like I'm saying something I ain't saying.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? And so, and he's smart enough, and he's aware, more socially aware that happens. That he was like, I can say this, and y'all to chop it and post it like, just like you always say. Well, where's the full video at?
Correct.
I want to see the full interview, because they'll take bits and pieces and run it together, and you like, that ain't even what he said.
No.
Not to mention, with the presence. Good morning, Joseph. Good morning, Philip. Not to mention with the presence of AI now, a heavy presence of AI. Some people can't tell the difference in AI. But because you see these videos posted with with Deion Sanders cussing the media out and all this stuff. Y'all know Deion don't cuss on no media. Yeah, you know that's fake.
Mm-hmm.
They done took his voice and overdubbed somebody cussing somebody out. He's like, y'all in the media, the Browns, y'all know Deion don't cuss like that. And y'all just posted it. See, y'all ain't pissed Deion out. I'd be like, are you serious right now? Tom, the Steelers coach cussing folk out, calling folk bees and that man ain't got up there and did that.
Yeah, because when that first started happening, one of the first things they dropped, they did a mock-up song of Glorilla.
With Aretha Franklin. Yeah.
Did Glorilla stole Aretha Franklin's song? I'm like, y'all crazy as hell. Man, y'all gotta, come on, are y'all serious? It was bumping though, but still.
It was, but you can you hear Aretha Franklin holler, I ain't got no nigga, ain't got me.
Yeah, come on, man.
Come on now.
Yeah. Hey, man, before we go too far into this, man, because this is Mother's Day weekend, we want to say Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers, man, from Too Many Hats. Happy Mother's Day. Thank God for my sister, Monica, my wife, Queen, all the mothers, man. Happy Mother's Day. You all are amazing.
Fearless, Miss Alfreda, all the mothers, man, that listen and join in, that views, all mothers, man, wherever you are, happy Mother's Day. We thank God for you, because without mothers, there will be no us.
Man, your mom, man, amazing woman, man, for all of her sacrifice and love that she gives. And what do you say? What amazed the pork chop? What? Who called you the pork chop?
No, he said this pork chop.
Oh, this pork chop. Okay, what's up?
Yeah. What up, man?
I was confused for a minute, but all of the mothers, man. Thank God for you all. Hopefully y'all have an amazing weekend. Everybody live on the mothers, man. You are simply amazing.
I was finna say everybody cash out their mama $150, but y'all know half these mamas ain't got cash out. Man, my mama be like calling me. Did they cash out you my money? Cause that was my mama cash out. She'd be like, hey, them grandkids and stuff, and they birthdays and all that stuff. She'd be like, hey, cash out so and such $50. Cash out so.
Yeah.
So I'm my mama cash out, so I already know how it is. Yeah, man. But happy Mother's Day again to all of you beautiful mothers out here, man. I hope you guys have a wonderful and enjoyable uh, Mother's Day this weekend. So,
And
um,
being a mother is an honor. Don't take that lightly. A lot of folks,
oh yeah,
especially in our community as Black people, in the society that we're living in now, you have people who have children, women that have children, but they don't necessarily be mothers.
right,
And for those who actually understand that ministry and that
yeah,
crown,
hmm,
don't take that for granted. Don't take that lightly. Mothers
yeah,
are the backbones of the family. Period.
yeah, and they need it. God looked at man and said, "It's not good for man to be alone." And
Hello, somebody.
he created woman for man. So, and because of that, she was, Eve had to birth children. You know, so the first mother. So, anywho, so enough about about how we feel about the child, the narrative that's being presented out here. Uh,
Did
but
you
I,
see?
I do.
Did you see
Who?
they don't put some wanted posters on poles of those polices?
Nah,
Did you see
see,
that?
yeah, I don't even want that. That's ludicrous. I mean, at this point, people gonna feel how they feel, but come on, yeah, okay. But like you said, they rest of their life they're gonna be miserable anyway because of what's been happening. You ain't gonna never be able to live a peaceful life anyway. So
No. Mm-mm.
yeah. So this next thing, now y'all can throw out. If y'all got a topic y'all want to throw it out. This is a freestyle Friday, so y'all, that's why we jumping. But this next thing, I don't know if you guys see. I actually posted this. I don't know if you guys saw this. Uh, and I'm trying to think of the girl name, Lily Gaddis or something like that.
Hmm.
Well, she was on the Piers Morgan show, and dude be sometimes he be he sometimes he be all over the place. And sometimes I don't necessarily agree. Sometimes I agree, but this time he had Lily Gaddis. He had a couple of he had I think 4 or 5 people on the panel on the show, and they
Mm-hmm.
was talking about um and I can't even think of the name. Lily no, what's the lady name, whoever the lady name that had was that had called the black child, the white lady that called the black child the n word, nigga, basically, and had just kind of just spewing it out to people and called this little child that. And
Mm-hmm.
this Lily Gaddis lady was defending this woman. So, well, and then she started talking about. So he was asking them the question, and she just had made a whole thing about basically defending this lady, and so he asked her why was she started talking about white people been uh they've been taking advantage and just done wrong for so long, and he was looking like, what are you talking about? White people been this, and we have to stick together, and blah blah blah. He was like, what has that had to do with this lady calling people the N word? And he was like, do you use the N word? And she was like, yeah. He said, huh? He like, you use the N word? She said, yeah. He said, so when do you use it? She said, whenever I feel it's necessary or appropriate. He said, well, when is it appropriate? She said, whenever I feel like it.
Damn.
Bro, this lady is on national TV saying, I'm talking about, and I gotta find out who the Lily guy. She got to be. I don't know if I thought she was one of those White House correspondence ladies. I don't know. I can't. I ain't for sure. But this lady, Rodney, you a researcher. Look it up. Lily Gadd is who she is. Look it up right quick. And she was like openly admitting. So he said, "You're openly saying that you're a racist." She said, "Well, I guess so, because they called me uh, uh, this and that, and white supremacists and all that. So I guess you can say that, yeah. And she was like, "But I'm not about hate towards people. I just feel like we just should stick together as white people and blah blah blah." And I was like, he said, "Do you really?" He said, "I ain't never heard about calling about a dumb on earth." He said, Do you realize how dumb you sound right now?
Damn.
I got the video, bro. I got the video. Find the video, Lavelle. I got
Who
the.
was what's their name?
It's on my page. Look on my page.
Okay, I kind
Look
of
on my
vaguely
page,
remember, but
bro. It's on TikTok too, cause it's floating around on TikTok too. But man, it's ludicrous, bro. Like, and I said this, but people used to be like undercover racist, right?
mm-hmm.
Racism used to be so undercover to the point like they didn't really want you to know openly they were racist, but they was racist. Now when they got around they little racist friends, oh, they racist. But when they got around other people, but now it's like they not even Trump has made it comfortable for people to just openly express their racism and tell and be proud of it.
Mm.
To be absolutely proud of it. Roger says Happy Mother's Day. I can't see them comments. Every time I'm on my phone like this, it gives me all of these uh, share referral links and all of the StreamYard stuff. So I can't. It blocks the comments for me. I can't see them. Yeah, but it's on my page. I got it on my page.
Yeah, I got
The
it.
actual video.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So you did find it. Yeah.
yeah. It's the interview with with a panel.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Gotcha though. Give me 1 second. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
A defense of Shiloh on X has been viewed 2.5 million times, in which it was entitled "White People Are Finally Fighting Back. Stand with Shiloh Hendricks." What did you mean by that? Tax.
Here's the thing. White people have been under attack for years. It's been systematic racism. As much as Black people and people of color want to talk about systematic racism in the United States, it's quite the opposite. They get preferential treatment when it comes to getting a job, when it comes to getting into colleges. White people, on the other hand, have been getting attacked relentlessly. Look at 2016 and BLM and all the riots. We just had to sit back and watch people burn down our cities and do nothing about it. So the way to fight back against essentially this anti-white hatred that's been systemically, ingrained in U.S. society is with white unity. We don't see white unity on.
Hang on. Okay, but hang on. Sorry, just to be clear, this has got nothing to do with anything you just said. This is a disgusting, racist woman who repeatedly used the N-word, first at a young child, and then at the person taking the video of her, does it with complete impunity, does it numerous times. We are talking about a bona fide, unquestionable racist. And so I don't understand why what you've just said to me bears any relation to white unity or anything you've just said. She's just a racist. End, isn't she? You wouldn't dispute that.
It's not about her. It's not about her. It's about
it is about her
coming together and supporting another white person, and it doesn't matter.
Why would you want to support a white racist?
Because I want to support free speech, and you cannot have free speech in the country.
No, that's fine. You can support free speech, but you also have to be accountable for what you say. Would you use the N-word out of interest?
Yes.
You would?
Mm-hmm. I do, quite frequently.
You use the N-word quite frequently. Well, why? Other than the fact you're a despicable racist. Are you?
Some would say I am. I guess according to the ADL, I'm a white supremacist. I'm a neo-Nazi.
Yeah, but if you use the N-word repeatedly, you are a racist, then, are you?
Sure, I'll embrace that. If that means forwarding helping white people achieve freedom of speech, real freedom of speech, which, by the way, Shiloh Hendrix is being attacked on all fronts. They're trying to bring legal charges against her. They're trying to get her children taken away. So you were saying Carmelo Anthony, it doesn't matter. That's a different
Sorry, but just to be
thing.
clear, you just said to me you use the N-word regularly. In what context? Do you use it with black people?
Yes, if it's appropriate.
When would it be appropriate to use the N-word? When would it be appropriate?
Anytime I feel like it.
So you're an unashamed racist.
Correct.
But do you understand that makes you a despicable human being?
I guess so. I don't really care. I mean, why are we not talking about Shiloh Hendrix? Why are we talking?
Okay, I had enough. I couldn't take no more.
Now you missed what the black dude said. Yeah, but it's cool. They go back and look at it. It's on my page. But this woman is. I'm talking about when and man ever outside of the Klans people getting up at rallies and talking and openly saying it. When have you ever heard somebody like on a news or show or anything like this just come out and just say I'm racist like this? I gotta look up this Lily Gaddis person. I gotta look her up because this, it's just disturbing because for her to be on this show, so I guess she is just an influencer.
I guess she ain't influencing me. Shit.
She's a self-proclaimed trade wife influencer.
Okay.
I don't even know what that means. But this woman got on the show, and so the black guy started talking, and then he said, "Well, I mean, I agree with you." And he said, "No, Piers. He said, I know that I don't think you brought her on the show." He said, "No, because I didn't know she was gonna say that." He said, "Yeah, I didn't think you were gonna. I didn't think you knew she was gonna say that. But the fact is, she did, and she used that platform, man, to openly spew out that, oh, I use it whenever I want to, like freely, whenever I want to." So what's gonna happen is Rodney just says, what did Rodney say about the racial slurs?
Racial slurs are considered fighting words in the Constitution, which is why you can't be charged with the crime.
Yeah, hate crime. With hate crime. So I used to get upset. I used to get upset. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Every time I saw somebody posting a video, some black person posted a video of them beating up somebody white for saying the N-word to them. Right? Mm-hmm. I used to get highly upset because I said, first of all, you're incriminating yourself. You're gonna incriminate yourself. You posting a video of you assaulting somebody, and they're gonna use that against you. Mm-hmm. But after hearing, and I still don't condone violence, I don't. But after hearing Lily Gaddis on national TV say this, I can understand. Not that I condone it, but now I understand why people do it and post it. Because they want to say, y'all keep on using it. This is what's going to happen to y'all. Keep on saying it. This is what's going to happen to y'all. Not that I condone it again, but I understand now why they do it.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword because like one of the things that by me being a DJ, I be very strategic as to when I play clean and explicit music But like you got some of these guys at some of these, establishments, and it be a diverse crowd, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll play the explicit, version of that song, and it's saying the N word.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like I can play it, but you can't see it.
Right.
Why would you even play it in that type of environment? Period. We giving them the right to almost when they really don't.
So let me ask you this: as a DJ, do you have your songs categorized by explicit and non-explicit?
Absolutely.
So you have a whole playlist or a whole list of songs over here that are non-explicit versus explicit. So you know when I'm selecting the explicit song versus the non-explicit.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's smart. And I do think that now if you're in the club and they just happen to be in the club, I'm not telling you not to play what you normally play.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm doing a catering a wedding and it's predominantly white wedding, I'm probably not going to play the explicit with them calling the people the N words and all that.
Mm-hmm. But
You know what I'm saying?
here's the other double-edged sword. You got some of the people, like, you would be amazed, and I was amazed. And I get, they are artists. White people love 3 6 Mafia, and they don't want to hear no clean version. Half of the stuff you can't even find clean. But they literally like, word for word, whatever they say, they saying it. So it's crazy, bro. What Joseph say? To be honest, I like a person like her. I just know where I stand. No confusion at all. Okay.
Oh, look, that's one of those things where, like, I would prefer for her, if you're a racist, just come out and let me know you racist, so I know where you stand and I know how to position you around me.
Yeah.
I know that if some stuff pop off, I know I need to be watching you because you already told me you rolling with the other side like that. I'm talking about thick.
Mm.
So I already know how you rolling. So I'm not
Mm-hmm.
gonna put myself in a situation where,
Right.
I'm because you not already told me. So I'd rather for you to tell me. If I know that you're a racist, I'm gonna handle you differently.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep you close just so I can see what you're doing.
Right.
It's like the old saying, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If my enemies ain't close around me, I don't know what they doing. They plotting and I don't know. But if you close, at least I can see what you're doing. I can see your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Cause
Yeah.
it's gonna be hard for you to hide your hand all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely have to make sure that I totally agree with Joseph in that instance. Like I not necessarily that I like people like her, but I'm going to acknowledge them and make sure I keep them close.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I know if she's capable of saying that, bro, and like, oh, I use it all the time and freely and whenever I feel like it's appropriate. When is it appropriate? Whenever I feel like.
But what's so crazy about this situation, bro? They say words lose value at the time, right? So, however long this word has been in existence and it's supposed to be a racial slur against black people, how come it hasn't lost its value? It's a video of this young man.
Because you got to understand, bro.
Yeah,
At a
I'm finna
time,
take it. Yeah, go
when
ahead.
I'm just gonna tell you, like, at the most pivotal point in time in history is when we were, of course, slaves, but coming out of slavery when we were trying to just be recognized as human, right? and and we was considered less than human, less than the animals. They took care of the animals better than they took care of us.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't even considered human, less than the animals. And this word that they used to describe us was, and I'm gonna have to learn to try to remove it from my, but there's a different connotation on how the word is said too.
Correct.
Nigger plus versus nigga,
Correct.
you know. But still, and I think when they say it and they put the emphasis on the ger, it just it just brings on a whole nother connotation, a whole nother feeling, and it just stirs up something. So I think that's one of the reasons, in my opinion, that it's never lost that value of, just kind of just going away.
Mm-hmm.
Because we look at it and it was such a pivotal point in history, or a pivotal word in history, that how can you, because they that's how they thought of us.
Right.
So that's just my take on it.
I'm finna share a video right quick. Oh, you probably remember it. I'm finna download it because I don't feel like sharing it the other way. It ain't gonna take that long. It's a short video. Tony, what y'all doing Sunday for Mother's Day?
Nothing. Look, nothing.
The regular routine.
Right.
Yeah.
Rodney said somebody gonna bust her head to the white meat.
Yes. Yep.
But that's the part when she gon' just like the video with the one lady that had called this black girl the N-word, and the black girl, then she did it and then had her back turned to the girl. Mistake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man, the girl grabbed her by her hair. She was sitting on like a brick wall, like a retainer wall. Man, that girl snatched her off that wall and was dragging her, hitting her. And that lady started hollering, I'm sorry. I said, I'm sorry. It was too late.
Too late. Check this
it
out,
was
bro.
too late.
You probably remember this video.
Negus.
What is the language of origin?
Ethiopian to Amharic.
What is the definition?
A king. It's used as a title of the sovereign of Ethiopia. Negus.
Could you use it in a sentence?
The Negus ruled Ethiopia until the coup of 1974.
Negus. Could you repeat the definition?
A king. It's used as a title of the sovereign of Ethiopia. Negus.
Negus.
Andrew, did you say the word loudly for the judges?
Negus.
One more time?
Negus.
Negus.
Negus. Negus. Negus.
Absolutely stunned, but he'll take it.
Well, did you see the suspense in their room? She said, repeat it. Say it louder.
But he felt some kind of way, because he was like, man, that boy started playing with his number card, and man, I can't, boy, if I mess this up, my boy,
That boy was sweating bullets.
Man, I'm telling you, he was looking at that thing, playing with his card, using it in a sentence. Give me the definition again. Woo! That boy was sweating.
That man spelled that word and it was right. That man.
Cause he was like, oh, they finna kick me out with this one. Negus.
But you do see what the word meant.
Yes. So if you look at it, I mean, the rule of the sovereign ruler, they ruled and they until the coup of so and so. He was like, man, can you use it in a sentence? But when they said the niggas ruled to the side, the coup, he was like, shit.
Bruh, the whole room was looking like, God damn, this white boy finna be, they finna drag his ass up out here. Oh, what up, Rodney said, I just remember the lady said the N-word on the plane next to a black woman talking about a black man. Needless to say, she beat the white woman up.
and got kicked off the plane.
Mm-hmm.
It got kicked off the plane.
I went to school with a white dude, man. He grew up with us in the hood. And he had a pass. We come. And it's just not really done on me. When we saw him, we said, what's up, my nigga? Anyway, life is crazy, bro.
Man, I had a in the military, I had a Filipino partner.
Mm-hmm.
And he grew up around other Filipinos and blacks. His whole neighborhood with other Filipinos and blacks. And so he came up using the N-word. So we in basic. And I kept him close to me, man, little dude. I kept him close to me, man. And he couldn't ride with the four horsemen because he wasn't us, but I kept him close, you know what I'm saying? And one day I'll never forget, man, it was this big old country white guy. And we were talking and we call Cruz, the little Filipino Chris named Cruz. We call him Cruz, call everybody by last name Cruz. And we were talking, he was like, yeah, nigga, hella, that's how you talk, hella nigga, man, hella, man, that shit was hella fire, man, And so this white guy was there talking to him, he was like, yeah, man, cause that shit nigga, man. Man, we all looked at him, man. Cruz did a spinning leg sweep, bro. He did a spinning leg sweep, man, and the big white boy, man, I'm talking about, man, it looked like a building crumbling.
Wow. It's crazy.
I get Cruz said, they allow me to say it, but you ain't finna say it.
It's a dude that became famous out of Memphis.
Yeah, white boy, the gangster
with the white beard.
Yeah, white boy. They call him Kinfolk, white boy, Kinfolk or something. Yeah. Oh yeah, he gonna say whatever. He but he grew up, man, with it. Yeah, like he the bro. He a honorary black dude.
He invited to the barbecue.
Yeah, he probably more blacker than some black folk.
Yeah, though.
Hey,
one time though, whatever he said or did, one time they whooped his ass one time. He didn't get no pass.
Yeah, he might been in the wrong hood.
I don't know what he did, but
yeah, he might be in the wrong. He might be in the wrong hood that didn't recognize that. Then these young ones too. They don't recognize the OG. Yeah, you know, the young ones don't recognize the OGs like that no more, man. You know, use an OG, and there's still some OGs, just like Victor said, there's still some OGs out here shot calling, they're still calling the shots and knowing everything that moves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't
You know
get
what I'm
it
saying? Oh yeah, it's some OGs out here still running the ship, bro. And these young boys respect because they know, like that wasn't, you know, if they don't give you the green light on it, you better not just take the green light. And that's why you get a lot of these guys out here, man. These young boys out here, they green light, they running the lights and doing their own green lights and doing hits and stuff that ain't sanctioned, and they paying the price.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
you said the ones that are allowed to say it use it as a term of endearment. Oh, I guess.
yeah, it's more the guh instead of the gur.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. But
Life
yeah,
is-
man, it's crazy out here, man. Like we man. But anyway, I said most of what I said to say that, you know, if we continue to allow the media, the news, social media, all these different platforms and stuff to really set the narrative, it you know it's okay for them to, you know, because they gonna continue to do it, like we can't stop them, right? But we have to understand that we still have to be able to think for ourselves. He gave us this brain, these ears, this mouth, these eyes, all that, you know, so we can, these senses, so that we can, you know, in this brain to use it. We just can't. You can't take everything that's said and happens at face value.
Right. I was thinking the other day, bro, that I was watching one of these podcasts. You know, TV used to go off.
Yeah.
And even now, I don't know if you notice it. At a certain time when you get on Instagram, it'll tell you it's time for you to sit down and get some rest, right? And I have to say I'm guilty because, you know, for one, we use social media a lot for the podcast. I use it for my business, yada 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 yada. But I have to, man, I think sometimes you just need to take away and take a break. You know what I'm saying? To decompress, because man, all this stuff is going on, and like I said, all this social media and media stuff. Everybody want to be first. Everybody trying to go viral. You know, they putting the camera on folks that's getting their ass whooped. They, you know, somebody died. Somebody. It's crazy, bro. Like, you know, nobody got no filter no more.
Right. And the filter ain't the filter.
Yeah.
Even if you got a filter, your filter still, you ain't got no clean filter. Your filter start clogged up and dirty.
Yeah, like this story, like this story that when they said that woman said, "Oh, your house so dirty and nasty, or whatever." They said, "No, your window dirty."
Yeah, she was looking through a dirty window. She was looking through a dirty window. She was like, yeah, look at Sally Sue out there putting all them dirty sheets out there on the line. Everybody was like, what is she talking about? Yeah, she keep hanging all this dirty stuff out the line. And so one day somebody over to her house and they happen to say, what is she? Look, she keep looking out the window. And then they look at her window and say, girl, your window's dirty. Her sheets ain't dirty, your window's dirty.
Mm-hmm. Powerful.
So you know what that was saying, right?
Yeah.
Sweep around your own front before you try sweeping around. Man, mind your own damn business before you all up in mine.
Hello, somebody.
Before you get all up in my business, mind your own business.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, you take 6 days to mind your own business.
Man, our friend, our sister, man, Miss Queen, wasn't feeling good. Hope she feeling better. We be praying for you, Miss Queen. Hope you feel better. I don't know what you don't got hold to, but feel
I know what she got hold to. I know what she got hold to. I was watching her the other night on TikTok live. She all out drinking at 10 o'clock at night. All out drink. Tell me, I had to have me a little drinky drink. Yeah, okay. That drinky drink then caught up with him.
You so serious.
That drink then caught up with him, baby.
But again, we're gonna give y'all some time back, man. Tony done made it to the workout, and again,
Yes, sir.
Happy Mother's Day again to all the mothers, man. To my sister, my wife, to my all my sisters from another mister, man. Happy Mother's Day. Have an amazing weekend. Y'all make sure y'all take care of y'all women, man, and love on them. And I'm gonna do you like you do me. You have anything else you gonna say?
Nah, man, I ditto everything you just said, man. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, man. We love y'all. Y'all continue to. You know what, man? I kind of like these. You know, I really like these Freestyle Fridays, man, because we get to talk. We get to talk about multiple things, the things that is not necessarily kind of, and not that we script anything, but you can kind of go off script, so to speak. Where we go off script all the time anyway, but. It's just one of those things on Freestyle Friday where we could just we could hit a plethora of different things and just kind of get it out there, get stuff out your system, because sometimes when you have things that's kind of bottled up in your system, man, it tend to affect your everyday walk in life, man. And it's good to have a platform to be able to get these things and talk about them, get it, and just kind of get some stuff out of your system that people have kind of been thinking about on their mind. So
right, absolutely.
Yep. All right, pray us out, bro.
No, it's your turn. It's Freestyle Friday for me. You got to pray today.
God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for another opportunity just to be able to tell you thank you, God. We pray now for all of those that we're duty bound to pray for, all of our viewers and listeners, God. We ask that you will continue to grant them peace, grant them their heart's desire, whatever they stand in need of, oh God. We ask that you would bless Lavelle and his family, continue to bless Queen, her family. We pray for healing, speedy recovery for Queen. I pray for my family, oh God, that you will continue to bless and uplift us in a special way. I pray for all of the children across this land and country and across this world, God, that you will continue to guide and strengthen them. Oh God, help them to make the right decisions. Even as we embark and getting closer to this summer era, oh God, that you would guide and protect and shield and protect our children from all hurt, harm, or danger. Oh God, we thank you. We love you. It's in Jesus' name that we pray and ask all of these things. Thank God and amen.
Amen.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all Monday morning, same bad time.
Same bad place.
Man, give with what?
Purpose and passion.
Give attention with what?
Purpose and passion.
Give attention with what?
Purpose and passion.
Purpose and passion, man. Let's talk about it. 2 Minute Hats.
Yes, sir.
It's the 2 Minute Hats podcast with your host with the most, Tony and Lavelle. Every morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We also have Queen Watkins with Clock Dead. Tune in with us and have a great time. Let's talk about it right here. 2 Minute Hats podcast.